What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk about a lot of different things, one of which why Lucid is up, if it's actually going to stay there, a new round of 13F, some of which is very questionable, also a massive catalyst. So there is a lot of updates I do want to give you, but before I get into any of that, you guys know the deal. Smash your thumbs up, definitely helps my channel significantly. For those that are new to the channel, I do daily videos on trending stocks, crypto, I do it all, so make sure you do subscribe. Also, if you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. Greatly appreciate that. With that, let's get right to it. So as you can see on the intraday chart, it's been a very volatile morning, but for the most part, we did find very strong support and starting to trend up a little bit. As you can see on the live ticker to my left, you can see it's currently up 4%, 15 million as far as volume, whereas 52 is the average. So it definitely shows halfway through the day, it's going to be another one of those lower volume days. And that has been one of those things that's been lingering for the last week or so. As far as block volume, it only shows 1 million shares being purchased by institutions today. So that definitely has been a little bit lower as well. So that's something for us to watch for. So overall, getting right to it, a couple of things that's causing Lucid to go up with the broader market, one of which is more so on the tech front, a lot of earnings boost. And we all know based on even Tesla per se, there has been a lot of good earnings. It's just usually the guidance that's been killing a lot of these growth stocks in tech. So that is one factor. In addition to, there is also this, which is the bond sell-off is easing. So that ultimately means and is kind of correlated with a interest rate hike. So obviously when there is a sell-off that is happening, hypothetically, there's a higher chance of a rate increase hike, especially we all know the Feds are meeting again on, I believe, March the 16th. So that is something for us to watch for. And we are actually having a very good day. It's holding a lot of strong support despite what's coming out tomorrow. And in case you do not know, CPI data. So core CPI at CPI, 5.9 is the forecast. So that's something, again, that's going to cause a little bit more volatility, most likely in the morning. And again, if we are below that, anticipate another day like this, if not better. And if it is over the 5.9, then that's something that we might have a little bit more volatility. So again, that's something for you to keep in mind. But like I said, there was a big catalyst that did come out, and it is this. So Ford bought a Lucid Air, most likely for a benchmark to compare it with their EV vehicles, and it was seen at their Michigan facility. And that is a huge deal for Lucid, because even if you're going to compare that with Tesla, that never happened with Tesla. Nobody bought a Tesla to compare it with their vehicles, to decode it, what's in actual a Lucid, what makes Lucid a Lucid. That's one of those things that at the end of the day, I take this as a very strong positive, but ultimately we don't know, right? It might just be one of the executives or someone higher up there bought a Lucid because Lucid is a kick-ass product, right? So at the end of the day, it could be that. We're going back to the more obvious point. Ford is looking a little bit more in detail at Lucid, so shows that we are doing something very much right. So like I said, I take this as a very strong positive. Before I get into the 13Fs, I just want to give you some updated short info, because right now it is going up. So that's definitely something to watch for, especially if you're monitoring and watching it as a short squeeze. So as of right now, 1614 is the short interest. Utilization is now at 100%, so showing that 100% of the available shares to short are currently out. Day by day change, it is up 3.3% despite it being up in the market. So this is definitely something to watch for. Shorts are very hesitant about the rally. And I did do a video, what could cause a short squeeze and some factors. So this is definitely something to watch for. More specifically, like I said, about tomorrow, the CPI data. So again, if we are below the 5.9 forecast, that definitely is a unexpected surprise that could cause a nice little squeeze. Like I said, if we are below on the CPI data, then most likely we're going to have another day like this, another 4%, 5% day up. So that's very positive and could cause the shorts off guard. In addition to that, cost to borrow is going up continuously. It's 27.33 right now. So it is very costly for shorts to maintain their position. And all this information is available via Ortex. Just want to go through some options info first. So you can see total of $3.4 million worth of options being placed today, with 86% of them being positive. So that definitely is breaking the mold of what has been happening with Lucid and options recently. So you can even see yesterday only 45% was positive, and all of last week combined was 27%. So something is definitely in the air when it comes to Lucid. And as well, I just want to go over this. So new round of 13Fs did come down the pipeline. Again, this is the time period when a lot of institutions and hedge funds bought in because it got added to the NASDAQ 100. So again, a lot of these are relatively low, but they do have to add them because they most likely track the NASDAQ. One thing as well I did bring up during a live stream yesterday was this, Bank of America. So they still do have their shares. In fact, they actually did increase 307%. So that's very positive. One thing that they do have though, that they did add was puts. So they added 1.9 million puts. In case you don't know what put is, it's an options contract, basically betting that the stock or underlying asset is going to go down. So as you can see, this institution, IMC Chicago, they do have actual physical shares. So they have 116,000 shares and they have 2.1 million calls. So they're anticipating the price to go up. There is a common strategy that usually a lot of institutions and hedge funds physically have, which is where they have calls, puts, and physical shares. That's a good strategy. But in case of Bank of America, they do not have any calls whatsoever. And that was able to be found based on their 13F. So that's something, again, more so of an underlying thing, because I know Bank of America and Lucid have a lot of ties, because right now Bank of America is one of the main institutions doing financing for Lucid. So that's one of those things. And not only that, Bank of America has also reiterated a $60 price target on Lucid. So let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Again, sometimes you have to see it from the institution standpoint. They still do believe in Lucid, just they might have thought so in the short term that it was going down. Keep in mind, when they added puts, most likely it was around 3 months prior. It was give or take around here when there was a lot of fear. When Jim Cramer was talking, when the SEC came out, there was a lot of things happening at the time. So that could be one factor as well. With all that though, I just want to tie it all together with some technical analysis. So right now, the 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and momentum. So right now, momentum, you can see number of buyers has definitely been going up nice and naturally over the last couple of days, which is positive. Stochastic isn't showing any defined trend as of right now, but it is at 10, which is relatively low. RSI is currently at 37. And looking on the actual chart, we're getting close to a very pivotal point, the 200-day moving average, that dreaded line. And unfortunately, we've been flirting with it for the last little bit. It does look like hopefully we're getting enough momentum to get through that. Most likely, it'll happen tomorrow, again, depending if we are below that 5.9 threshold. And again, I'm looking at core CPI. I do prefer that one. So again, it's one of those things, if we do get past that 200-day moving average, we can easily get from there to the 100-day moving average, which is around $36. So it definitely shows a big upside potential when it comes to Lucid. With all of that, let me know your thoughts on Lucid in the comments below. If you haven't already, smash a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.